Good morning. Welcome to morning practice on Thursday, the 4th of April, 2024. My name's Olivia. Really delighted to have you with me. As you can see, we have our beautiful beam of light still today. I thought it might have been an anomaly yesterday, but I think it has something to do with the fact that a lighting thing, and I'll see if I can get it resolved. But in a way, it's sort of fun to play with this beam of light, this kind of prism rainbow that we've got working with us. And perhaps, as with all things, this is just what is meant to be, what we're working with for the energy of this moment. So it's our last practice of this week. I offer this morning practice to share Monday through Thursday, just as a way of giving you tools to work with and to check in with the energies that are in the present moment. But really, these can be listened to at any time, because the energies that we're working with right now are always relevant in some way. Speaking from your authentic self, addressing your healing, examining our own internalized unconscious patterning, whether in movement or in thought or in emotion. These are all useful themes at any time, whether or not there's an eclipse coming. So we'll spend a little bit of time talking about the eclipse again, and as we move into the weekend, and then next week we'll offer the practice. Maybe from this room, maybe from somewhere else. I hope, I definitely intend to be practicing on Monday, April 8th at 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, in honoring of that energy and really aligning to it. And so as we go into the weekend before, and we've talked a lot in the last 2 weeks after the preceding and after the lunar eclipse in March, about addressing that unconscious wounding that we construct a sense of self, a false sense of self around, and using movement, using breath, using stillness to uncover our patternings, and almost like we're bringing movement awareness technique to how we move, how we think, how we react. So as we move into the weekend, I really invite you to take the time before the eclipse of what you want to focus on transforming in your life. Not necessarily to do it in the next 4 days or even 2 weeks, because this energy is with us for a long time. These eclipses are like large pivot points. Imagine a giant shipping container. That it happens, and it allows for the quantum leap. But the quantum leap doesn't just, it can happen very quickly, but the sort of ripple out and the establishment of the new paradigm, these things take much longer. So we're talking about feeling these effects and feeling the actual manifestation of the energies 6 months, years. It could really take its time. So, but this is a really powerful moment, engaging with these energies to bring your awareness and focus on what you want to cultivate deeper in your own personal transformation, as we look at our wounding, as we look at articulating our authentic self, as we look at creating a greater spiritual discipline. And as we look at, and I think this is a really great point to jump off into the weekend, opening our hearts with a sense of innocence and trust. Because, everything I've just mentioned, the internalized wounding, the projection of that wounding out, practiced spiritual discipline, or disciplined spiritual practice, healing the wounds of narcissism, all of this we can kind of hone as a system of self-judgment and a way of measuring our own unworthiness again. And that's not the point. The point is liberation. The point is speaking from an authentic place of truth. And that authenticity then allows us to inhabit compassion, inhabit unconditional love, inhabit grace, inhabit joy with an unfettered sense of self, and also just embracing all the healing work that you have done, not just with morning practice, not just in this domain that I'm offering here, or even this current moment, but in if as you reflect on your life, and maybe even in the last 2 to 4 years, the last 2 to 4 years have been powerfully transformative for many people. And I think this is a really great moment to just look back and see the growth that you've gone through as a soul, as someone who has evolved within their own sense of self, and really acknowledge that. And then, find within that acknowledgement sort of a sense of celebration. It's not easy facing the shadow. It's work. But in that work, it's also empowerment. So we take the underworld journey and we take the shadow journey because we are, I want to say, warriors of light. And it's true, we are warriors of light, but we take the shadow journey to grow ourselves and to grow our soul's path. But it really is about empowering us as individuals so that we are not acting in unconscious ways with ourselves or with each other. And there it tends to be a like, okay, I've done that, what's next? And that even is a little bit dismissive. And I would say, have you? If that was the reaction. It's you want to be fully present, and you want to allow yourself to acknowledge, which is why the slowing down energy is important. Not just the slowing down because of disruption or, but really allowing yourself to stop and reflect as we go forward into very powerful, powerful energy and powerful shifting energy. So allow yourself this weekend moments to reflect on your own journey and your own healing growth, and allow yourself to open your heart to the awareness of all you've gone through with compassion. Allow yourself to observe your own wounding with grace and with compassion, not with judgment, but with love. Understanding that, a lot of these unconscious behavior patterns are even sometimes things that we've done consciously, but we've really just done our best. They come out of a sense of either cultural conditioning or circumstantial relationship to what we think we're meant to be. And sometimes, following the heart is a very difficult path because we're all interwoven. And someone else with different cultural conditioning and different behavior patterning might not understand your own course, someone close to you, let's say. But and then we carry these other wounds, the wounds of others, and really what I'm trying to say very inarticulately is let's have some self-compassion, not just for all of the growth that we've gone through internally and personally, but how that's interacted with others. To know that when you're acting in your authentic self growth, authenticity, you are serving everyone else, even if it doesn't appear that way to them. Time is a great healer. And I think we've all been in situations that after years or even longer than years have passed, that things that events that maybe at the time seemed very, very challenging, in reflection, you can see the gift. You can see that person was really just protecting themselves, or that person was really just doing the best they could with what they had. Um, and so it is with ourselves. We do the best we can. So it feels like a lot of pressure as this eclipse moves towards us. And my energy that I want to cultivate in this morning's practice together with you is opening our hearts to a sense of innocence and compassion as we step into that energy. So let's drop into a heart meditation from that. So let's find a comfortable seat. I'm going to recross my legs myself. So I suggest if you're sitting in anyway, that recrossing the legs, moving, having a bit of hip movement, just letting yourself find the position that's correct for you. Finding support. Actually, anyway, making some interesting adjustments here. And letting the eyes come to close and breathing, just feeling, allowing the weight of the body to sink, feeling the awareness step away from the mental drama as if it were becoming a bit more distant, and the internal focus is palpably present in the physical body. And you can let your awareness just filter through the body. Let's begin to really feel the breath move in and out in a more conscious way as we sit. We may find that our hands want to come to a position that acknowledges the heart space, and that might be Anjali Mudra, prayer position. It might be holding the hands over the heart center. You may keep your hands in your lap. You may bring your awareness to the heart center. Just what feels reverent, what feels open-hearted, and what feels sweet. Just simple and sweet in this moment to you, and how you want to hold yourself. Letting the awareness filter in through the inhales and exhales as if those inhales were coming in through the heart space, expanding the heart, And then through the exhale, the release of the air, the release of the energy outside of you as this heart center falls. Really imagine yourself breathing in and out through the heart. And even point the chin down. And there's a point in the third eye that you may feel like almost like a pinpoint of awareness. You're going to connect that pinpoint of awareness from your third eye, just the space between your eyebrows. Connect that pinpoint of awareness to the heart space, as if the focus of your third eye was looking right into the heart space and slowly opening the heart space with reverence, with self-awareness and love. And allow that third eye focus to just quietly open the heart space, noticing the light inside of your heart, and letting that light grow. And really feeling this connection between the third eye and the heart space. As you find yourself sitting in silence. And you may feel the warmth of your hands really beginning to create a nest of warmth around the heart space. As if that third eye focused awareness is opening up this very fragile, gentle place that is being held in the warmth and energetic resonance of your own healing energy emitting from your palms. We'll take a few more moments here in silence, allowing the awareness to just inhabit the heart space, the light of your heart. There is a person, a situation, a place you would like to bring into this moment of reverence and offering. Please bring them in, welcome them. As we emit the power of our heart, the light of our heart can extend across any distance, and extend across galaxies. Let the focus and light of your heart shine And take a deeper breath in, filling the chest, and a deeper breath out, feeling the chest release. And then we'll take another deep breath in. Just sigh it out. Ah. Can let the hands drop. Allow yourself to just feel the seat, feel the heart space, feel the difference. Feel the quality of the energy around you in this moment. And let's breathe in together to Om. And when we Om, let the sound have the quality of your internal heart space that you've just been inhabiting. So let it be almost a sound expression of the quality of your heart space and what you want to offer and dedicate. So we'll inhale. And you can let the hands drop to the lap and we'll begin. So let's do a little bit of alternate nostril breathing this morning. We're a little bit behind time, but I feel like the energy is really wanting us to slow down again. So probably going to be a slower practice. I say this often. I'm like, it's going to be a slower practice today, and then it isn't, but it will be. And so you're going to take either hand and keep your pointer finger and middle finger together. And then you're going to place that pointer and middle finger right between your brow, right where we were having our focus before. Almost, it might actually feel really nice to make that physical contact. And then you're going to use your thumb on your nostril, your ring finger on the other nostril. This probably appears to be my left. This appears to be my right. It's Zoom. Anyway, so we'll just, I'm going to take my glasses off and then just let the hands settle and then close the both nostrils, and then we'll open the right nostril and breathe in through the right nostril. Close the right nostril and exhale through the left. Breathing in through the left nostril. Open the right nostril, breathing out. Breathing in through the right nostril, closing the right nostril, exhaling through the left nostril. And then inhaling through the left nostril, closing the left nostril, and exhaling through the right. Continue to take about 4 more rounds on your own, really letting your awareness move with the breath. If you like, you can experiment with pausing between the inhale and exhale with both nostrils closed. Focused attention to the breath is the surest way to calm the nervous system and bring the body into an immediate sense of presence with itself. Taking one more round, finishing off this last round. And you can let that go. Let's do our gratitude breath here. I'm not ready to move yet. So we're going to inhale our arms overhead, and our hands will come to prayer above us. And we'll bring the prayer down to the heart space. And just really feeling the heart space open with love, with compassion, and with gratitude for this physical body, the vessel which we move through the world, the instrument of consciousness, the skin, the belly, the nose, the eyes, the earlobes, the shoulders, the ankles, the heels, all these parts of a moving universe that we experience the world through. Such gratitude for this amazing body. And then we'll inhale, our arms come overhead. Exhale, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, offering sincere love and gratitude for every single person on this planet, every single being of consciousness and sentience, all beings everywhere. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. All beings everywhere be happy and free. And we'll inhale, our arms overhead, hands come to prayer, prayer comes to heart, and just taking a moment to find that deep gratitude for this planet, this earth, Jema, our mother, the one who sustains us, the one who supports us, that gives us life, delights us with her beauty. He astonishes us with her power. Jai Ma. And Jai Ma, for if you don't know, it's just victory to the mother. And in this sense, the mother being our Mother Earth. So, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. So let's make our way over to the mat. Having blocks for practice can be good. Just finding our way over there. You are already on your mat. This is a really good time to take some water. I am feeling a little bit on the quieter side, which is surprising. I thought I would be more active practice today, but we're going to begin, as I often do, in a supported heart opener. Now, it's a little bit chilly here today in San Francisco, so I'm going to take a blanket over me when I create the supported heart opener. For you, you may be perfectly warm and be fine without a blanket. So if you feel like you might want a blanket just for the weight on the body, because that can feel really good, then this is a good moment to grab a blanket. I am going to set up my supported heart opener with 2 blocks, and they will go on their tallest setting in a lateral position, and then medium setting on a vertical position. The back of the head will be resting here. This will go between the shoulder blades and the bottom of the block at the base of the shoulder blade line. If you don't have blocks, but you do have blankets, you will get a blanket and get it into sort of this quarter fold position. And then from the quarter fold, you're going to roll the blanket so it's sort of this, about the, sort of about the length of a bag, wide roll. And the base of the blanket, just move this so you can see, it will go on your mat, and the base of the blanket will be right at the base where where your hips meet. And if you were sitting on your mat, it's right there at the base of the tailbone, and then you'll lie back on the blanket, letting the arms extend to either side. Now you can have a second blanket here to cover yourself. You can have a second blanket to prop up to give yourself some extra neck support. That can feel really good. If you don't have either blocks or blankets, just take a nice sturdy cushion and allow yourself to find a position that feels really put the cushion in a way that supports your back. If you have a bolster, having that bolster run along the length of your spine, sort of between the shoulder blades, so that the arms hang off either side. Again, taking some support under the head and neck can feel nice. But yeah, let's make ourselves cozy here, allowing ourselves to do a more restorative practice today. I do feel like when we are approaching these more intense energies, it's so important to allow ourselves to just really check in and be quiet. And this posture is so great to feel supported as we do that. So as you lie back on the blocks, just make sure everything is feeling positioned correctly. You don't want the blocks wobbling underneath your head. You want to make sure the support is there under your head and stable. The support is on between your shoulder blades in the right position, not too low, not too high. I'm going to have my legs under the blanket in a wide butterfly position with my feet together. You can also, so that would look like this, but you can also just extend the legs. Taking a heart opener for a long time allows us to really let the weight of the body fall onto the support. And to really let the back of the heart space feel supported so that it doesn't feel vulnerable to have the front of the heart space open, because the back of the heart space is being held up. We'll just take our time here. So you allow your eyes to close, allow your shoulders to drop around your support. Notice if you're warm enough. If you didn't think you needed a blanket, now you know you do. Go and get a blanket. We'll be here for a bit. Just letting the hips drop. Noticing where you might be holding any tension that you previously were unaware of, especially around the jaw, the muscles, connecting the jaw space, and get very tense. And almost actively imagine the muscles around the eye sockets really just relaxing and calming here. Letting the eyeballs sink back into the eye socket. Notice where your hips are feeling in contact to the ground. Do they feel relaxed? Do they feel like they're in a position that was not supporting the length of the tailbone? Make any adjustments that might be needed. You can let the hands fall either on the body, to your side, letting yourself be still. We'll take this for another few minutes still, and allowing yourself to really feel the support that is holding you up. And as that support holds you up, again engaging that third eye focus awareness to the heart space. Just imagining the front of the heart ever so gently, ever so quietly opening like a flower in the sun. We open our hearts in innocence and trust when we feel safe and supported. Taking a moment again to let the awareness pass through all parts of the body, checking in you're not holding any extra tension anywhere. Feeling the heart space. You might just begin to very almost imperceptibly move the head from side to side. Very slightly. We're gonna press we're gonna bring our feet to the mat, and if you're in Baddha Konasana, you can just press your feet together as you lift the knees. And then our feet will be on the mat with the knees pointing up. And we're just gonna allow ourselves to drop to one side, very gently coming off the mat. And you can prepare your arm on the side you're rolling off so that as you come off of your support, your arm is there to hold your head. And just take a moment here as you come off the support, feeling how the back of the heart space may have changed. Feeling just the quality of your own presence in your body, in your breath. And then gently we'll push up to a seat. We'll do an extended pigeon. So let's take it, you can put your blocks to one side for now. We'll take our right leg out to the right, and then just let it be at, I'm keeping my blanket because it's so cold that it's not going to be useful because you're not going to be able to see what I'm doing. So our right shin is sort of at a diagonal to the right side of the mat. And you just lean into that hip and swing the back leg round. And you can look over your left shoulder and just check the left leg is straight. And then raising the chest and allowing yourself to come down, folding over that right leg. It can feel really good to have support under the hips here if your hips aren't coming to the ground. I suggest that you put the corner of a folded blanket under the right hip. And that will allow, again, the body can release and let go when it feels supported and safe. It's much harder to release in restorative poses if you're experiencing any sort of tension or something's flying up in the air and it is uncomfortable. That skin contact that we make, that weight contact that we make, sends the signal to the nervous system that it can relax. And then as the body relaxes in contact to the ground, you can let your awareness begin to notice where there's tension. I'm just keeping an eye on our time so that we have a good long time here with the pigeon. Holding the pose for a longer time just allows a deeper experience. And again, as we move with these energies, shifting towards opening our heart with trust, with innocence, with compassion, slowing down to listen to the internal self is such an important aspect of that. Really let yourself just fold into the pose here. Really relax. The only thing that you're doing is letting go. As you're ready, you're going to just roll onto that right hip and bring yourself up to a seat and can just have your hips on the ground. This is sort of like a yoga squat, but with your legs wide. And let's just bring our hands between our legs, with the elbows press out onto the knees, hands in prayer. And allow your spine to straighten here. Just feel the length of the spine. You may bend your left ear to your left shoulder, right ear to right shoulder. It's a moment of seated yoga squat. And then release that, and then we're going to take this on the left. Left shin will be at a diagonal to the left side of the mat. You want that left hip really in contact with the mat, so if it isn't, to place a corner of a folded blanket. Checking over the right shoulder to see the right leg is straight. Pressing into the hands, feeling the length through the chest, and then coming down into your pigeon. Really resting here. Feeling the tension in the hips, releasing slowly, gently. The tension in the upper back, melting. Allowing yourself to really drop in. Keeping your awareness with the breath. Just keeping everything slow and gentle.
These extended holds of vision are just so beneficial. And if this is the only time today that you take to be slower and stiller and let the body release, this is such valuable time. Valuable time to connect, to opening the heart with trust, with innocence, with compassion. And breathing. One thing I've noticed in these last months, weeks, years, time does seem to be speeding up. You know, I don't know if you've had that observation. And it's almost like it's up to us, you know, it's self-led. You can let yourself be carried along by that acceleration. But how good does that actually feel to you? The sort of quality of bringing intentional awareness to the slowing down, to counter all of the acceleration and moving faster and doing more, brings about a really empowered sense of stillness, an empowered sense of owning your own movement while the external world might appear very turbulent. You always have your own power to slow down. You always have your own power to go within, to find the breath, to find a moment of stillness and release, of support. On your next breath, you're just going to roll into that left hip and come up to a wide-legged forward, or wide-legged straddle. It's been a very quiet practice today. We haven't done much movement, but I really feel that's what the energy, I didn't expect this at all, but it's really where the energy led me. We'll take a forward fold here and then just a reclined twist on our back and then go into Shavasana. Yeah, it's interesting how the energy changes. But let's find that straddle with our legs open, and you can just maybe run your hands along the top of your legs if they need warming up at all, and then letting the tip of the bowl of the pelvis tip forward, and it can be helpful to put a folded blanket underneath the hips. Just letting the bowl of the pelvis begin to spill forward here. To whatever extent that you can come forward and find support underneath your head so that you can really, again, sink in and feel this sort of upward support holding you up. If a block here is too low for this position, you can take two. Just make sure that feels stable and you can really let the weight of the head go into the block. Really let your forehead be held by the block. And if you have the accessibility to come to the ground and let the forehead be held by the ground, let's do that too.
We use our intentional movement to access the internal space, our intentional breath to access the internal space, to engage with our nervous system as means of navigating whatever's happening around us externally. It is within your power to be quiet. It is within your power to be still, to connect to your heart space, to focus on the simple sweetness of opening your heart.
And we'll press up from here. Hands can just come under the knees. And we'll come onto our back. Oh. And let's just bring the knees into the chest. I'm covering my knees because it is chilly in here today. The spring is always a fickle time. Some beautiful warm days and then some chilly, cold, rainy, blustery days. But I love it. I just love it. I love the differences and the different qualities of energy they bring. There's something really peaceful about being slow and steady on a yoga mat when it's rainy and blustery outside, and keeping yourself cozy. As your knees hold in here, you can just bring your forehead up as if you were rounding in and rounding down. And then you're just gonna let your knees come to the left, just falling one on top of the other so they're stacked. And then you're gonna reach that right arm up and out. If you like, you can let your gaze follow the right arm. Letting yourself really feel the twist here. Taking one big breath in, maybe reaching that right arm just a little bit more. Feeling an extra extension and then exhaling, release. And let's just bring our legs and use your hands to assist. Let's just do it all very gently today. Bringing your legs to the right, letting them fall to the right, letting the left arm extend, really letting yourself be in the twist. Breathing. Feeling the body relax into this reclined twist. And you're going to bring yourself back up to your back with your knees. You can curl in again. And then you're just going to take your legs out to a Shavasana. Again, I really recommend, if it's chilly where you are, to cover yourself with a blanket. Also, the weight of the blanket on the surface of the skin during Shavasana can really help
the body relaxed. I think I'm yawning because I'm cold. It's an odd thing, but it's true. So just letting yourself come to final resting posture, fully relaxed, feeling warm, feeling, if you want extra support under your head, another folded blanket under the head can feel good. But just let the body completely release any idea of doing, any movement, any gripping. Check in again with the jaw, the pelvic bowl, the shoulders. Letting the eyeballs drop back in the eye sockets. Letting your belly be soft, round, relaxed. Making your way to an awareness of movement. Coming to one side and then press up to the seat, keeping the eyes soft and closed. Let's chant and sing for a moment together, and we'll just sing to the mother, to victory to the mother, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. So I'll just start, and you can join in with me at any point or just enjoy the vibration and sound. O Jai Ma, O Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, O Jai Ma, O Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, O Jai Ma, O Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. If you're singing, let's sing from the heart. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, O Jai Ma, O Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Once more. Jai Ma, O Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. And inhaling together, we'll take a final Om. Breathing in, breathing out, and feeling love and gratitude for all beings everywhere, all our teachers, all our friends, all our lovers, those who've crossed us, those who've liberated us from our own constructed sense of self. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope all of you have an amazing weekend as we move towards these energies of profound transformation. Be gentle with yourself. If there's disruption, slow down. If there's difficulty, navigate with intention and ease. And be kind to yourself, first and foremost. Thank you so much for practicing. You are amazing. You are my amazing teachers. All of you. I am so grateful. Take care, everybody. See you next week, just before the eclipse. Yeah, we'll be in the eclipse technically, but yeah. Have a great weekend, everyone.